Hello and welcome back to the ultimate guide to building in Terraria. This is episode 2 and today we are going to be covering bases, like how to structure your builds, and also foundations. This is going to be another quick episode. I'm not going into too much detail, but if you didn't see the last episode, we covered tools you need and also pallets. So we're actually going to be building our base just around here. So we are going to be removing the pallet. I will build it somewhere else off camera so we can refer to it later in other episodes. But for now, we're going to break all this and then we're going to start building everything else. Now that everything's broken, we're going to start building our foundation. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get rid of all this because we want a nice long flat area. And there we go. We did it very quickly. So now we got to decide, do we want our house to be slightly elevated or still on the ground? And I like it when houses are slightly elevated, so I'm going to turn my paint sprayer on and we're going to build this slightly up into the sky just so we have a little bit of working room below the house. And it's going to be a fairly big house, and also make sure to put your beams a little bit deeper into the floor because personally I think it looks nice. I'm also thinking if we extended it a little bit longer and added a second beam in the middle, would it look nicer? And yes, in this case it does, but it wouldn't in every case. I just think it looks nicer in this case because, well, it's up to personal opinion. Now we've decided where our doors are going to be. Let's put where our doors are going to go. I'm going to do that on both sides. There we go. So now we have our way for our doors to go in. And I'm just going to start filling in the shell of the house. So we're going to do this. And I'm going to do a quick jump cut to when this is done. There we go. So here's a good basic shape for your house. Quite simple. You've got an entrance, a main place, and another main place. And then you can also put some storage in the roof. I'm not going to do the structure to my roof because I don't think I really need it for now. We're going to be coming onto that in a later episode. Now I'm going to switch over to my grey paint and also get some bricks. And this is where I just put in where I want my bricks to go. Now that we have the structure to our house pretty much done, remember, this isn't the final design. As you're starting to build, you may change it here and there. It's completely up to personal preference. If you look at it and think, that doesn't really look too good, then you can change it. There's no one stopping you and it's completely up to you. Now, we're going to work on the foundation, so I'm going to just quickly get my materials and I'll show you what we're doing. Now that we have all of our materials set and they're in our hotbar, I'm just going to go through them. So we have worn stone walls and craggy stone walls for the background. We have mudstone brick, dirt, stone blocks, Evanstone brick, and also crimstone brick. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by just kind of digging under our base like this and sort of marking out where we want the base to be. So now we've made that, we can start adding a little bit of elevation to the part above it. And so now we've made the rough kind of shape, we're going to start going in with a little bit of texturing. So we're going to turn off our paint sprayer and we are going to actually start putting some stone in. Just a little bit here and there, add a little bit of spice to things. We'll also place a little bit down there, and there. Just mixing it in until we think there's a good amount. Then what we'll do is we'll go in with some crimstone brick with our paint sprayer on, and we're just going to go in and texture this a little bit. Now we're going to switch over to mudstone brick. We're just going to start putting some here and there. It doesn't really matter if you mix it up too much, fine. And actually, we're going to remove a lot of these walls from through here. At the moment, you're probably looking at this thinking, that is disgusting. What is this mess of blocks? That looks absolutely hideous. And you'd be right. And that's where hammering comes in. So we're going to start hammering these blocks just so we have a little bit more shape to them and give them a bit more, I guess you could call it, rigidness. And it just adds that effect, makes it seem more 3D than it actually is. Great, there we go. Now we're going to grab our stone walls. And we're going to just put brown paint on them for now and just start placing them around. Now what we will do, we'll cover up the lights. Then what we're going to do is get some fence. And you can choose whatever fence you want. I'm going to go with rich mahogany because it blends the nicest. Some brown paint. And we're actually going to go through where our ports are. So we have that little bit of extra light. Now one other option which you can do is you can add some plants underneath. And I'm going to do this because I do think it looks quite nice. I'm going to use rich mahogany leaf because I think it just looks nicer. Then you also want to get some wood, and then I'm also going to get some green paint. Now what we're going to do is just kind of spread them around here while still keeping their general shape, then also getting some leaf wool and spreading that around as well. So we'll go over here, place a few up there, rehammer some of the blocks, leaf wool, leaf wool, leaf wool. And then one other thing which you can do, one very last thing, by getting white paint and then getting some of your stone walls, place them in a specific way, very carefully. But they just slightly poke out and give a very slight little bit of texture to the rest of the block. And that's exactly what I'm going for here. There we go, you can see it poking out there. Also do it over here, there, there. I'll do it up there instead. Maybe replace that one so it slants down a little bit. And that looks really nice in my opinion. And there we go. That is how you do foundations and structure your builds, and I really hope this did help. And I'll see you in the third episode, where we'll be starting on walls and roofing. Hope this helped. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.